We are the prophets of geek culture.
What's up, everybody? It's PB here, and welcome to Prophets of Geek Culture. And we're gonna talk about the MCU versus the DCEU. And if you read the title or the thumbnail, you probably know what angle I'm coming at. One of the Russos believes that his movies are definitely better than the Snyder movies for one simple fact. All of the Russo movies in the MCU are the director's cut, whereas only God knows, at least the Warner Brothers gods, what fucking cuts we got from Zack Snyder's amalgamations of Man of Steel, BVS, Justice League, those three in particular, because I don't know how intricately he was involved with the other ones. But if it's your first time here, go ahead and hit subscribe. If you're returning and you're excited to talk about the DCEU, the MCU, which one is better, why they're better, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're here to hate on me or my fellow prophets, go ahead and hit that dislike button. See if we give a shit, you'll just pump us up the algorithm. Anyways, I've never heard of the site Pinkvilla before, but I found this article and I thought that it was rather interesting. So, they obviously had a conversation with Joe Russo, and he says that Avengers Endgame director reacts to Justice League Snyder Cut and says all of their MCU releases are the director's cut, which, that's fantastic. That means you know you're getting all of the context. You don't gotta think, oh, well, if you watch the ultimate cut of BVS, then you'll understand why Lex Luthor sucks even more. Maybe that's just my angle on it. You let me know your angle on Lex Luthor. He sucks in the DCEU. Pretty much every Lex Luthor in every incantation of DC anywhere. Television. Fucking John Cryer does a better Lex Luthor, for the love of God. When you are the third man on 2.5 Men, the third man, think about that. 2.5 Men, he's the third man, and he's doing a better Lex Luthor than Jesse Eisenberg? Like, come on, man, whatever. Anyways, let's get into this article from Pinkvilla. Avengers Endgame co-director Joe Russo, so now you know which one, reacted to the news of Justice League Snyder Cut's release. He also opened up about his experience of working with Marvel Studios. Look at them. Look at these smug bastards. They're so rich. I mean, I'm not hating on the rich. Don't you want to be rich? I want to be rich. We all want to be rich, don't we? So, anyway, we'll get into the article here. DC Extended Universe fans were blessed with news of Zack Snyder Cut of Justice League releasing on HBO's online streaming platform. God, that was a long sentence. The announcement was made after fans campaigned for years. Oh my god, yeah, it was for years. While fans and the stars featured in Justice League have expressed their joy over Snyder Cut's release, Avengers Endgame co-director Joe Russo asked his thoughts on development in the DC camp. The filmmaker said, "It's always great to see the director's vision transpire on the screen." Oh man, he just pot shots immediately. He didn't even make it through the first. He's like, their movie, Zack Snyder's movie, was so bad that the studio didn't let him put any of his movies in the frickin' theaters. Didn't let him put them out on Blu-ray, DVD, nothing until after. None of that stuff. Whereas my movies are so good, they're all the director's cuts. That's wonderful, Joe. I love it. Love it. Speaking with comicbookmovie.com, oh my god, that's a fucking General Zod raccoon source right there. Son of a bitch. I mean, as long as they talk to him directly, I guess I can halfway trust them, but whatever. Joe revealed, I think it's always great when the director's original vision can find its way to the screen. The director added, the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies don't have the concept of director's cuts, for the ones released in the theaters are the final cuts. Oh, there you go. That's fucking simple. T-Mobile, buy one, get one free. Not brought to you by T-Mobile. This is not a paid advertisement. Ha! Let's see, I could do commercials. I could totally do commercials. Somebody get back to me with some commercial thing, like I could do voiceover, totally. We have been very, very fortunate in our careers that everything we did for Marvel, we would call our director's cuts. They were very gracious and differential. Or deferential, my bad, not differential. Jeez, I guess you could put, whatever. And very supportive of our vision for those movies, and there's nothing sitting on the editing room floor that we suddenly want back into those films. We worked very hard at what the current cut of those movies are, so we're very fortunate to have released our director's cut on all 4 of those films, he revealed. I mean, that's halfway a lie, considering there's already 2 cuts of Endgame, because without the second extended cut with the extra scenes in it, they wouldn't have beat Avatar for the biggest movie of all time. So, I mean, deleted scenes? Director cut? Final cut? Added deleted scenes? I mean, I guess it depends on your point of view, Joe. But the Snyder Cut's gonna be way different than Justice League, as all of those wackos like to say. I don't know who these fucking women are, but this one on the left. Who is this one on the left? Like, the one on the left, hello. The one on the right, she needs to work on that crooked ass smile, or the picture's fucking wonky. Anyway, whatever. Meanwhile, Snyder was thrilled that he will be presenting his version of the Justice League, following the announcement of the movie's online streaming platform release. Snyder told The Hollywood Reporter, "It will be an entirely new thing, and especially talking to those who have seen the released movie, a new experience apart from that movie. You probably saw 1/4 of what I did." Oh my god, like, I still can't believe. Pinkvilla, why are you using, I talked about this in the previous video, that comment is total fucking bullshit. He has no idea how much of his stuff we saw. Anybody that saw the teaser, this Release the Snyder Cut teaser that he released, and they're like, oh, look at this is phenomenal. We get to see Wonder Woman looking at a mural of Darkseid, and then we get to see Darkseid over on Apocalypse with a bunch of warships in the background and shit going crazy. Except that's the scene with Steppenwolf. It's the exact same fucking scene. It's just Steppenwolf there in the movie. It's in Justice League. That scene is in Justice League, and all Snyder did was take out Steppenwolf, put in Darkseid, and they changed the ground. So, less than a third of what you physically see on the screen. It's maybe even less than that total. Like maybe 80% of what you see on the screen is exactly the same in the movie. You see the exact same thing in the movie. Oh my god, like this freaking guy, let's scroll back up here, like this freaking guy on the right here, where is he? Right here, this guy on the right, total full of shit, and that's after the fact, whereas the guy on the left is only full of shit before the movie comes out. That's the huge difference between these two guys. Guy on the right, full of shit. Oh yeah, you seen a quarter of it. Bullshit, I seen the scene. I already saw, all of us, everybody who saw Justice League, saw the teaser already, and all he did was like, oh, we'll scrub out Steppenwolf, or we'll scrub in Steppenwolf, whichever way you want to do it. All they did was change the fucking character. Even the spaceships up in the back are the same. It's exactly the same. Whereas the Russos, Joe right here on the left, they lie before the movie. They're like, oh yeah, you're gonna see the Hulk in Wakanda before Infinity War. It's in the trailer. No Hulk in Wakanda. It didn't happen. Like, he don't be lying after the movie come out. He ain't like, well, this is what you saw. Like, that's what you just seen in this article. He said, we give you our director cut, the final cut. What you see on the screen, that's the movie we made. The movie that you see for Man of Steel. The movie that you see for Batman v Superman. The movie that you see for Justice League. Which, sorry to tell you everybody, watch the credits for Justice League at the beginning of the movie. The beginning of the movie. It says story, the story, which doesn't change, by Zack Snyder. It doesn't say story by Joss Whedon, because he's the director, not the writer. So, yeah, huge difference between these two guys. That is one reason, and a huge reason, why the MCU always going to be greater than the DCEU, and now the DCEU is going to have these two branching paths that are going to be fighting it out. They're going to be, this is the real DCEU, this is the Snyder DCEU, and that's the, I don't know, the corporate DCEU, Warner Brothers DCEU, the real DCEU, because it's the one that's actually connected to the other movies, even though they're going to say that the Snyder Cut's connected to the other movies. Oh my god, like, it's going to be a real clusterfuck when people are going to try and tell me that this Snyder Cut is the real fucking movie. But that's all I got. This is a super short article. I don't know why I've been rambling on so fucking long. It's because Zack Snyder just likes to, he just likes to talk. He just likes to get himself back in the news. And this whole release thing, it was just another way. He's getting paid for it, guaranteed. They're not like, hey, we paid you for the movie and now you can finish it. No, he's getting paid again. I will guarantee you that. But that's all I got for this time, everybody. So, until the next time that I gotta talk about MCU, DCEU, I mean, anything on this channel, I, Pop Culture PB, will bid you adieu.